If I went out and if I got drunk, I'd suddenly be aware of there being an interest in that, because it's not just like a drunk guy, it's, oh, Harry Potter's getting drunk in the bar.
Daniel Radcliffe is getting candid. The actor was recently on BBC Radio 4's Desert Island Discs, where he opened up about the pressures of rising to fame at such a young age, following his starring role in Harry Potter. And he talked about how he turned to drinking to cope with his feelings.
If I went out and if I got drunk, I'd suddenly be aware of there being an interest in that, because it's not just like a drunk guy, it's, oh, Harry Potter's getting drunk in the bar. And that carries its own kind of interest for people, and also a slightly mocking interest, because it is inherently funny for people. And, you know, I suppose those were the moments when I first started being like, oh, that doesn't feel good. I don't like how I'm being looked at in this particular context. And then the way of dealing with that is just to drink more or get more drunk. So I did a lot of that for sort of a few years. But I definitely think a lot of the drinking that happened towards the end of Potter and sort of for a little bit after it finished, you know, it was panic a little bit and not knowing what to do next, and not being comfortable enough in who I was to remain sober, honestly.
The actor, who is now sober, also admitted that he'll never know if his role in the film caused his drinking problem or if it is an issue he would have dealt with regardless, though he does admit that alcoholism runs in his family.
There are many questions in my life where you can say, is this thing X the way it is because it is in you to be that way, or was it because you got famous and were in this like slightly crazy situation? But yeah, I will always be fascinated and frustrated by the question of, is this something that would have happened anyway, or was this to do with Potter? But I will never know. It runs in my family generations back.
Radcliffe began playing Harry Potter at the young age of 11 and quickly became a household name due to the popularity of the book series. The now 30-year-old previously opened up on the Off-Camera show, where he spoke out about his journey to sobriety.
How did you sort of pull yourself out of that spiral? Because that was probably the fulcrum in your life where it could have gone either way, right?
Yes, I think so. I mean, you know, it took a few years and it took a couple of attempts, but I think I have been just unbelievably lucky with the people that I've had around me at certain times in my life. And I met some really key people, some of them actors, some of them not, who just gave me great advice and really cared for me. And ultimately, it was my own decision. Like, I woke up one morning after a night going like, this is probably not good. And I don't miss it generally, like, now at all. Like, I really, and I know, and that varies for some people really still do, and some people, like, don't. And when I think of, like, yeah, like, the sort of chaos I used to invite into my life, I'm like, I'm really much happier now.